Hey, I'm Griff O'Hanlon, partner here with Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers, and I had the pleasure of representing a active duty U.S. Army member who was involved in a wreck outside of Yorktown, and this wreck resulted in him having a tear in his shoulder. And you know, when he first came to us and I was chatting with my client, it became very apparent that yes, his shoulder was a real problem. That he was continuing to have issues despite going through some surgical procedures. It was still presenting limitations to him. But what became really apparent to me was that he was suffering really psychologically more than he was physically. His physical limitations created a real strain on his ability to perform his job in the U.S. Army. And it actually led to him being what's called med-boarded out. Med-boarded means you're put up to a board of superiors who look at your physical fitness, and sadly, sometimes they say you're no longer physically fit and able to complete your service. So our client was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army at that point, and was really left looking around saying, what am I going to do with my life now? He's a husband, a father, but one of the things that really made up his identity was he was a soldier. And because of the wreck that he was involved in, he could no longer serve in that capacity. So one of the unique things about Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers is we're embedded right here in Hampton Roads in our military community, right? We have Norfolk Naval Station, we have Naval Air Station Oceana, we have Fort Eustis, we have all these military facilities in the area that cause us to regularly come in contact with folks who are active duty service or dependents and are receiving care at military medical facilities, or are, because of their injuries, failing to live up to their physical requirements in the military. It's something that because we've been embedded in our community for so long, we have a lot of experience in dealing with and analyzing. So through some real hard work with our client in going through his experience, how it had affected his life in the military, how being honorably discharged affected his home life and his personal well-being, we really were able to put together a picture of the damages that this wreck caused him. And again, it went well beyond just what you can see on an X-ray or a MRI. It was really the personal impact that it had on our client. So we filed a lawsuit. We heavily litigated it, meaning we filed motions, we took depositions, we did a thorough investigation, hired experts, all these things that are required in a complex catastrophic injury case to really push your client's rights forward to an end goal. And after several months of litigation, a failed round of mediation where a retired judge came in to try to help us resolve the case. We continued pushing towards trial, and our mediator, our retired judge, got back involved and helped us at the end of the day get a result of $2.5 million for our client. And was that a full reflection of what our client lost? No, right? He would always rather have his health back. He would always rather have his career back. He would always rather have his mental well-being back. But what I'm proud to say that we were able to do through hard work, again, in collaboration with our client, was get to that end goal, hopefully get him some compensation to reflect the damages that he went through so that he could begin a road to recovery outside the military. He could begin to settle into civilian life as a father and an at-home father, start to look at new career opportunities. So it's a case I'm really proud that I was involved with, something that I'm really proud to say that I was able to help our client maybe get to not a fresh start, but a new jumping off point. A point where he could look back and say, that was a very difficult part of my life, difficult time in my life, but that I'm okay. I'm okay and I can move forward. So this is just one of the cases that we've handled here at Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers over the past decade of our existence, and how I can really point to and say, I do feel that I've made an impact on my client's life, and that they're better for coming to us for representation. And obviously I wish my client nothing but the best in moving forward, and really hope that he's able to find something that fulfills him from a career standpoint, like I know it did being in the Army. So, you know, if you are finding yourself in one of these, you know, tragic situations with these catastrophic injuries, you know, come to a local attorney who understands the local landscape, and that's what we are here at Cooper Hurley Injury Lawyers.
No need to worry, call Cooper Hurley.
The car crash experts, 333-3333.